Nice background music for us today. I'm overwhelmed, I think, by the level of support I see here in the community. It's exceptional. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting the Highlanders. My name is Mark DeFrias, and I'm one of the new co-owners of the Victoria Highlanders Football Club. So I want to thank you guys here for attending our press conference this morning and welcome you here, everyone watching live in person and everyone watching on our live stream online. As someone who has held a variety of different hats since the start of this Highlanders organization in 2008, I can say with some degree of certainty that this represents one of our more I'm going to lose my voice here. One of our more significant press events in recent times. We have many people here that we want to recognize. Before we get started this morning, and we'll do just that, I'd like to introduce our ownership group. So to my right is Moreno Stefani with Team Sales Vancouver Island. Brett Large, who's in the crowd somewhere, Brett Wade, wherever you are, who's our managing director and also co-owns Liquor Plus. Ryan Wilson with Rise and Grind and Bosley's on Yates. Grant Olson, who's also here somewhere running around. And thank you for the venue grant today from the Strathcona Hotel. And then two that haven't been publicly introduced yet, but we're very excited to have them on our team. Mark Morrison. Mark, where are you? Hi, Mark. Brasserie Lacole, the owner of Brasserie Lacole. And Trevor Stiles, who owns Aviata Sports, a goalkeeping glove company. That's our new ownership group. We're really excited to participate with the Highlanders. And of course, at our panel in the front today, we have from BC Soccer, Kel Brodsgard. We have our men's head coach for the PCSL reserve team, Nico Carvero. We have the one, the only, the man everyone knows in the room, Blair Sturrock, player. We are waiting, yes, waiting. Our head coach for the men's first team, Thomas Niendorf. We're very excited to have Thomas here and also taking on the leadership for our first team program. And our man of honor, you'll learn more about him shortly here, Randy Bursch. Randy, thank you for attending. And of course, everyone in the crowd, I see a lot of familiar faces here. Thank you for taking the time out of your day, all the media, all the fans, all the community members. Thank you very much. One in particular that I want to point out who came is one of our key partners, the University of Victoria, Director of Athletics, Clint Hamilton. Clint, thank you for participating and getting on board with this new ownership group. We're really excited and thank you for being here. So as I mentioned earlier, this is significant, and we've cut out, oh, and we're back. Significant announcement for the Victoria Highlanders Football Club. When we began looking for the right partner for the Victoria Highlanders jersey, it was important to find a company that was not only a good fit for our Highlanders family, but a good fit for our community ambitions. We were also hopeful that we would find a company that called Vancouver Island its home, as we felt the integration of our brand with a fellow member of the Vancouver Island business community would better enable us to nurture our relationship to mutual benefit. So in all respects, I could not be more honored here to represent our ownership group and share this moment with Island Savings, Randy Bursch, and their staff who have joined us today. Thank you for being here. We share many things in common, including our core values. We share similar aspirations, including our desire to build championship organizations. And yes, they are well-respected members of the Vancouver Island business community who believe it's important to give back to the place they call home. We are excited to welcome Randy and Island Savings to the Victoria Highlanders family, and we look forward to building something that is truly special with them for years to come. So with that in mind, I'd like to pass the microphone over to Moreno Stefani to make an official comment on behalf of the ownership group, and then we'll go on towards a presentation.
Thanks, Mark, and thanks again to everyone who has come here today to support Victoria Highlanders. A couple things that, well, first of all, yes, I am Italian, and yes, I know they're not in the World Cup. I've been reminded of that many times. But moving forward here, I've been asked to talk about the spirit of the Victoria Highlanders, and without, for you to understand that, you need to understand the spirit of our ownership group. We've all come together, this particular ownership group, through many coffees and yes, maybe even a few beverages. And like all soccer people, we sit around and we try to talk about, you know, the current state of the game, and because we all love it. We all want to try to help it along or make it better or keep the same success that it has as of today. But I think this all comes from two things, and I speak on behalf of the whole ownership group. In my life, there's the most important thing is family and friends. Then after that, I look at soccer and I look at community. To me, soccer, because that was my sport, that's what I grew up in, I owe so much to. I feel so indebted, and I speak on behalf of everybody, feel so indebted to the game, or we feel so indebted to the game, because it's taught us so much. It's taught us about life. It's taught us about competition that I take into the business world today. It's allowed me to meet friends and teammates for life, right? So important to me in this ownership group as they grew up. And it's allowed me to see parts of the world I never would have seen without the game of soccer. So you can see how I owe a lot back, or we owe a lot back. The other important thing is our community. I can sit here all day and talk about Victoria. I mean, I will debate anybody on whether Victoria is #1 in the world or not. It is. We are so lucky to live here. I wake up every day so indebted to this community. So what happens when you put the two together? You got an ownership group that cares about the game of soccer and the community. We want to bring this to the community because we believe in this group, in this town, and we need your support to make this happen. And I think once ignited, everyone will buy in. And we're going to try and turn this community story into a provincial story, and perhaps even, if it goes really well, a national story. I believe in you guys and girls and gentlemen and ladies, everyone. And but we need you, and I hope you understand where we're coming from because of that.
Well, that's exactly what we're about. Thank you, Moreno. Always inspiring. I think I'll just mention a couple of things quickly, little housekeeping items. So on April 26th, we're going to be having our kickoff launch party at the Strathcona Hotel. That's going to be downstairs at the District nightclub. So if you're around, please make a visit. We're selling tickets online for that, and it'll be a great way to kick off the season and kind of mix and mingle and have some fun. Also on May 20th, our first home game is versus the Portland Timbers, which will be an exciting match in itself. It's at Centennial Stadium, and due to our relationship with Island Savings, for that home game, kids under 12 will get in for free. So thank you, Island Savings. And you know, Moreno mentioned it. We need your support, and that's what this is all about. So now I'd like to ask Moreno and Randy, and if I can get some of the ownership group that's around to also maybe just mix on the sides. We'd like to do the official presentation. If anyone wants to grab a photo, this is probably the perfect opportune time. We're going to keep moving forward here in a bit with our official proceedings.
Good looking people got in there.
ask Randy if he can say a few words on behalf of Island Savings. Randy.
Welcome. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. And man of the moment, did you say man of honor? Or?
I think I called you something different.
And you called me princess earlier or something. So big day for me, apparently.
That's right.
Anyway, I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. We are absolutely delighted to be here today. This is a partnership, I think, made in heaven, and I think together we're going to do some great things for not only soccer in the community, but I think for soccer fans everywhere. As a local financial cooperative, our passion at Island Savings is the health and vitality of island families and, of course, the communities. A huge part of health and vitality is access to sports and a vibrant local sports community. When we see a game like soccer played with true skill and athleticism, it inspires us to hit the field, to train, to improve, but most of all, to get out and play. It is this sports inspiration which makes me proud to announce that Island Savings is the title sponsorship of the Victoria Highlanders Football Club. Just as our experts at Island Savings try to educate, empower, and inspire our communities to be financially healthy, the Highlanders educate and inspire our communities to be physically active and take their skills to the next level. The elite development opportunity afforded to local players through the various teams of the Highlanders is crucial to their success both on and off the field. As part of BC's third largest credit union, with just over $10 billion in assets, Island Savings is proud to think globally, but we act locally. We have seasoned banking, insurance, lending, and investment advisors who are able to achieve significant success, both for themselves and their members, right in their own communities. Our banking and insurance and investment teams are able to offer industry-leading products, expert advice, while being part of our local community. Part of our motivation to support the Highlanders is that support helps promising young athletes to compete, play at a high level, right here in their own community. This level of soccer brings the best of the globe right here in Victoria. Island Savings is also thrilled to be able to support a team which provides such high-quality entertainment at a family-friendly price. We can't wait to see the young soccer players enjoying world-class soccer in their own community and see how these young athletes are inspired to better their own game. Island Savings has a 67-year history of building connections in the neighborhoods that we serve through volunteerism, expert advice, and financial support for organizations just like the Highlanders. As a financial cooperative, our goal is to provide financial support and services for organizations who make our communities better and stronger. And the Highlanders certainly exemplify those qualities. So please join me in congratulating the Victoria Highlanders Football Club on the start of another chapter in their proud history of supporting both soccer development and the beautiful game on Vancouver Island. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Now I'd like to ask, and this is all part of our story here as we continue to find ways to reconnect and re-engage with our soccer community. One of those important steps is our partnership with BC Soccer and working with them closely as much as possible where we can. So I'd love to welcome up President of BC Soccer, Kel Brosgard, just to say a few words on behalf of BC Soccer.
Thank you, Mark. It's a real pleasure to be here to celebrate the successes that is coming in this coming month, that will be facing this particular coming year. I think about the fact that the Highlanders present opportunities for youth players that do not exist currently. I'm so much looking forward to what the future brings for us because we have new leagues happening in the country, and this is such a big part of giving those kids opportunities to reach their goals, whether it be playing professional, playing for a national team, getting university educations. Island Savings, and it's an amazing step you've taken to support this particular group. We need more of this for this sport to grow. It is amazing, we've got 120,000 playing members in this province, but we always struggle to find the people that are willing to support. So my hat's off to you for your company and what you've done for this. Highlanders, I really wish you success in this becoming season. Moreno, we've been friends for a long time, and I'm really pleased to say this. I'm Danish, we win the World Cup.
They're also both goalies, so they're protecting everyone on either side of the panel. And now I'd like to ask the coaches, both coaches of the first team and reserve team, Thomas Niendorf and Nico Cravero, to come up, and they can either both speak or they can rock, paper, scissors.
Do I start? So, to continue with Kjeld, I'm from Germany and we are the World Cup too.
I'm not going to win this.
You started it.
I know. So when Brett and Mike approached me about the possibility to get involved with the Highlanders and to become the head coach of this franchise, I have to say I was very excited about this opportunity. I feel that the vision and the philosophy they have for the goals of this franchise align with what I have done in my career as a coach. I was not so happy about the first press release because they called me a veteran coach. So reminded me how old I have become and how long I have been in this game now. So I have been involved with PDL franchises before, twice, and that's my third time. And I feel that the Victoria Highlanders have a fantastic history. Moreno was talking about the spirit. I'm a big supporter of bringing people together. I'm a team player. I want to work with all the resources available to me. I am somebody who listens, but at the same time, I'm not afraid to make decisions as well. And we are going to have a very, very good young group of players where I feel that the mentality, the willingness to learn, the willingness to compete hard, to play for this community, to play for this organization, to play for the city is there. And I'm really very much looking forward to get those kids started and to produce a product you guys can be proud of and you guys are excited to come out and to watch. But at the same time, we all know the game of soccer has so many uncertainties, and we all have agreed we're going to put a competitive team on the field, and then hopefully the results will come along with it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I just wanted to thank everyone for coming, and I also wanted to thank the ownership group as part of the reason why I've decided to join this organization is because of the vision that they have going forward and the commitment to develop soccer in this community. I think it's fantastic. Coming from you, Vic, and us trying to form a partnership with the Highlanders, I think it's a win-win for everybody. And I just look forward to working with Thomas as well with the first team players, and just again giving an environment where kids can play in the summer and hone their skills. Where they've grown up. A lot of kids have left to go to collegiate schools elsewhere, down south, elsewhere in Canada. So for them to come back and have an opportunity to play together in this beautiful city is fantastic. So again, thank you very much for coming, and hopefully we'll see you all at the games.
Thanks, guys. We're really looking forward to that coaching partnership this season. It's going to be quite exciting for the PCSL and PDL program. I'd now like to ask Blair Sturrock to come up and maybe just say a few words on half the players. Blair's been with us since 2013. He played professionally in Europe, and he brings a wealth of experience to a lot of these young PDL players, and we couldn't be happier to have him involved.
A young squad. So I wore all black today to represent my body's feeling. So I made a deal. That I only do 5 yoga sessions a week and get 20 massages. So that's what I get. I have 2 reasons why I still play. And a lot of what they were discussing was the element of kids playing and being involved. I play for fun, intrinsically fun. First. Second, I actually play because I believe that the soccer in this community and individually and people in the world is everybody's become a sort of individual. And I sort of want to keep playing to grow something that's not that anymore, to make a sort of a group connection, to grow to grow soccer and better the standard around. And what I mean by that is I coach in every level in this town, and what I've noticed is a disconnect right through. Now I think the Victoria Highlanders are the pinnacle of what we can offer right now, and I think me being involved in that and helping out with that as best I can is my part to play, and obviously I'm involved in everything else. But what I see is when I talk about individuals, right down what we can do as a group is try and connect right through and get everybody else connecting, because right now I see that it's not. And that comes from coaches, egos, fear, money mentality, and I see that's right through. So I see this as a rebirth. Obviously, what Dave do when he picked it up again, and obviously these gentlemen picking it up again. I see that this is an opportunity to filter down a growth element, to get away from the individual mindsets that are currently in this culture. That's the second reason.
That's good. That's a great comment. I think that's probably the word we like to use here as we kind of close today's proceedings, official proceedings. There's food and drink in the back. Please stick around, mix and mingle, say hello to the coaches, say hello to some of the ownership. They're all around here. And it's a rebirth of the Highlanders organization. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you to Island Savings, Randy and all the staff, everyone that's here. We're really excited for the upcoming season. Don't forget to join us on April 26th at our kickoff launch party. And please, please, please tell all your friends to join us on May 20th for our home opener. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you.